everybody, I just want to show you some yarn that I recently picked up as well on my most recent trip to JoAnn's. It was unfortunately the day that they started the 20% off sale because my local JoAnn's is one of the ones that's closing. Now I know normally get Posh, Big Twist, Bernat Blanket, Red Heart. You can get all that normally on sale for a lot cheaper at JoAnn's. However, I'd been due for a trip to pick up some yarn. And personally, my local JoAnn's didn't really have any of the Posh colors. I saw them in person at this JoAnn's. I had to grab them. So I know 20% off isn't really that big of a discount compared to what JoAnn's normally had. But I do want to add that disclaimer. I also figured I'd show you a little bit of what I got rocking with me right here. So this is one of my most favorite recent makes. This is Ryoko the Baby Dragon by Lemon Cat Crochet. Jensen is so talented, and I wanted to make something colorful that I can have in my area to inspire me, and that's why they're sitting up here. The rest is just sort of a smorgasbord of either patterns I made or I'm working on. So right here we have the interactive play set for the snake. Here we have the play set. I gotta figure out before I release the tester call, because I realized when I originally shared photos or a video for the hamster, this looks sturdy, the wheel, but moving it around and whatnot, it started to slump. So before I release that, I do have to fix that. So I might line that, or I'm gonna have to redo it because it's already been secured into the base, but that's that. Here we have my custom crochet doll. This I made in my own style. I made it after myself. And I still have the little Halloween shirt on it. Don't ask, I haven't updated it. This one I really love. This one is probably my favorite. I know you'd say like, oh, well, wouldn't the favorite be the one of you? Like, no. I love the jacket, first of all. I love the hair. So I actually installed all the hair for both dolls, but this one was, I believe, K&C brand. And so when I brushed it out, it actually looks more like hair. And then I braided all of these. We got two little braids that she has right in the front here. And then we have some, and then I incorporated beads. And then I made another braid with this here. All of this can be removed. The braids will still be intact. But yeah, I love her. So she's up there. I have my elephant because I'm planning on releasing the tester call for that soon. I have my turtle that was supposed to be a green elephant, but I was like, you know what? They actually look like a turtle. So surprise! If you're seeing this, this will be the extra item that I'll be having with the elephant. And then in this bag, I just have a few Valentine's gifts and whatnot. Let's get started. So we're going to start off here. I have a ton. Like I said, my local JoAnn's doesn't really have Big Twist Posh, so I'll bring you a little closer just to show you. And I didn't know what the situation was going to be because, as you know, well, unfortunately, it appears as though JoAnn's is going into complete liquidation because the auction, they were bought out by Great American JoAnn something. They're a liquidation company like Gordon Brothers, who is currently liquidating all 500 plus stores, all of mine included in that. In terms of JoAnn's intellectual property, like when it comes to these yarn brands, if they're going to be resold to like another manufacturer, and maybe Michaels will have them, or maybe it'll be online only, or maybe they'll be obliterated. I don't know. I figured where I was due for yarn anyways, and like I said, I don't really have posh yarn. I wanted to try this again now that they had more colors. So this color is in Oyster Mushroom. I'd say the mushroom's accurate. I don't know about oyster. This is some Big Twist plush. I forget the color. It's like lilac or something. I just threw that up there because here we have the Big Twist Bernat section that I grabbed, and that is just as much. Lemon meringue. I've already dipped into both of these. That's why they're not as put together as the rest of them. Earl Grey. I think that's a really good neutral. One in the color Blueberry Smoothie. I might have used this one before, but it was a while ago, like when it first came out. I originally used it. I got a color. I forget which one it was, but it was like a mauve-y red color, and when I had tried it, I noticed that it was snapping a lot, and like it was worse than like Home Slim or Loops and Thread chenille yarn. Like it was bad. So it kind of put me off for a little bit, but I haven't had any issues with the two that I tried of this. So that's why I want to grab some more. This is in the color Carrot Juice. I think that's accurate. Got two in the color Brown Sugar. Also very accurate. I wanted to make teddy bears, or my most recent tester call is for the Sprout family. These little, I don't have one near me, but little potted plants. Age. I think that's good. Now these bright ones I really like. This is in the color Smoothie Bowl. Strawberry Glow. Strawberry Smoothie. And Lavender. Then I would say I'm not really like, as far as like a name correlation, Strawberry Smoothie. Where you have Smoothie Bowl up here, and then this one's really dull. I wouldn't put that as that, but close enough. All right. I'm just going to stack this, because if I don't do it now, it's not getting done. And I'm going to shove that in there. Cube 1 complete. Now, if we take it down a little bit, like I said, I have lilac. I believe that was the color. And the Big Twist plush. I like it because it's it's like Bernat Blanket, but it's a little bit thicker. So if you like that, and for the most part, I've had consistent softness. Whereas Bernat, it's kind of hit or miss. But if you can see that, they're about the same thickness. I'd say the Big Twist plush is a little bit thicker. It's in the color Dusty Blue. Accurate. Then I have Bernat Blanket Sparkle, and I think it's Seafoam Sparkle and Sunshine Sparkle. JoAnn's, I've only been able to find the Bernat Blanket Sparkle. Same with Bernat Blanket Dappled. Perfect Phasing yarn. I don't know if those are just JoAnn specialties, or it's just so happens that my Michaels doesn't really carry any of that. Pick some of that up because I want to use those for projects. Big Twist Plush and Coral. Sage as well. Another one in the blue and white. So these I also had ideas for specific projects. I wasn't just going in there all willy-nilly, because like I said, 20% off ain't really that much of a discount. You can get better. Now, is that why they're closing? Probably. But I figured when it comes time for me to like make sure I have the essentials, I'll probably go later this month or early next month. All right, now here, it's just a random assortment of things. They're not all from my JoAnn's trip, but I want to show you as I go along. Most of it is, but some of it's not. This was some Big Twist Twinkle in the color Mint. I really like the sparkle on that. I had gotten this before the holidays because I wanted to make a sweater and I just never got around to it. So that's there. I have 2 cakes in Green Flash of the Cinnamon Swirl cakes. I really like how this looks. And I'm planning a baby blanket that's going to be like safari animal type things. And what I'm planning to do going forward with like my baby blankets is have a little plush that goes with it, or a lovey. So it'll almost be like a set. Because I've gotten asked by people that were interested in either the stuffed animals or the blankets, could I get something? One is the Karen Skinny Cakes in the color Fruit Punch. I'm currently working on a baby blanket with this color, so I have an extra cake of that as well. These I all got at Michael's. Here, I just kind of threw it in here because I didn't know what to do with it. It was left over from a top that I made myself last 4th of July. It's the Big Twist Favorite Cotton in the color Retro Summer. I really liked it. And the top, I think, came out great. I got a lot of compliments on it, and I really appreciated that. Because I did spend all-nighters working on that. These are some leftover, well, I say leftover, but I haven't actually opened them yet. Premier yarns in the color Sprightly. I got 2 sets of each of the anti-pilling everyday dots blankets or baby sets. I got these about a year ago, and I just haven't found the right pattern for it, but I'm putting them here so that way I use them. So that way I can eventually, what my goal is to go through each cube and eventually empty it so I can put more yarn in it. But we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about how I'm going to attempt to use them all and go cube by cube. Or maybe not cube by cube, because then I'll get overwhelmed and then it'll just sit here. So I'll dip into here. I might go in here. I might go in here. So on and so forth until I have projects. I am going to be a vendor again at the Winthrop Farmers Market. I might have a few other events coming up, but that is the one I know for sure. So for that, I'm going to need a lot of inventory. So that's also why I put this stuff here, so that way I can go through it. This one I did get, you can see, again, I have a similar color palette. I mean, these are almost identical. I don't know how they'll play up once you work it, but mad about it. I just noticed, like, when I go shopping, I pick a lot of the same colors. And then I'm like, well, I needed red. You didn't get red. You got 14 shades of blue, girl. So here we have Big Twist Value in the color Warm Brights. And that I went to didn't really have any of the Big Twist Value in any of the colors. The last time that I went shopping with my sister, and if you're interested in watching that, definitely check out her channel, Lana Chana Charms. But this was one of the colors that we pointed out, and I thought it looked nice when we went to one of the other JoAnn's. So when I saw that they had this one in stock, I did grab this. But as far, like I said, as the regular Big Twist goes, that was almost completely cleared out as soon as the 20% off hit. I don't know if it was this particular JoAnn's in general, or it was because of the fact that they were going to be doing these sales. By the time I got there, like noon, 1 o'clock, when the sale started, gone. But one of the regular Orange Bright to do a border. That way it goes together. I like doing that, getting either the same brand or picking out the colors at the same time so I know it matches. I know a lot of the times people say if you're working on a project, you can always snip off a piece of the yarn to bring with you to the store and color match it. I either will lose said piece of yarn, I will bring said piece of yarn and be like, why do I have this in my pocket? Throw it out, go shopping, go about my business, come home, be like, oh, Yeah, that's what it was there for. I'll make a note on my phone that I won't read, or I'll just forget entirely, and then I won't want to do it if I don't have the border color with me. So that's there. And then for the one underneath, oops, sorry, Bernat baby blanket, melon. This was when I went to my local JoAnn's the first time. Again, I got 2 in the color cardamom of Big Twist Plush because, again, I'm making these potted plants and I think that would be great for the bodies. Bernat blanket in the color Weathered Wood. Wouldn't really say it's weathered wood. I'd say it's like, I don't know, stormy day, or they're grays. It's not brown at all. I have Bernat baby blanket frosting and Seaside. This was old, but I threw it in here because it needed somewhere to go. Big Twist Plush in the color, where are you, Mint. Bernat blanket in the color Seagull Gray. That one's really soft. You want to talk about discrepancies in yarn texture? Bernat blanket. And that's that shelf. Oh, and I have a black as well. I'm getting so out of breath. Trying to move the camera around. This one, we have the color Yellow Stripe. It's Skinny Chenille at Michael's. It's surprisingly 472 yards, but it definitely looks like a 2 to 3 weight. It does not look like any other plush yarn, even like regular Skinny Chenille or Home Slim. This would also probably be like a baby project. I have one of the Fluffy Flex in the color pink and purple. These are really pretty. I like how they work up. I made Marcel Sr. the Monkey by Stitches by Patty in this color, along with a Bernat blanket dappled, and that came out really nice. So I highly recommend. Those, again, you can get at Michael's. So let me move that out of the way. This is old, but I haven't used it yet. It's the DIY Glow Cozy in the color Neon Yellow. I got that at JoAnn's probably like 6 months ago, but I never used it. I have more of the Lion Brand Kobu yarn. White. I think it's just like pink. Pale pink. Yeah. Got a bunch of this to make a crop top. And then I had some left over. So that's what that is. I don't know what I'll do with it yet, though. These I got for scrunchies for my orders as like a free item. I have Electric Violet, Sparkle. Regal Blue, Sparkle. Hot Pink, Sparkle. And then Super Green, regular. These are so nice. It sucks, though, that they charge like $10. So that's why I had to grab them when they were on sale. But even these were picked over. So if there's a certain type of yarn that you know is a JoAnn's only yarn, I would highly recommend you check out your local store. I don't know if you're one of the 350 plus stores that have made it through this first wave of closures, when those stores might potentially be closing. I have no idea. This was just finalized yesterday, February 22nd. Well, it's not finalized, but pretty much a done deal. I'm gonna actually sign off on it, and then I don't know. I did hear, though, that they're planning on keeping the majority of the stores open until May. Regardless, please be kind to your local JoAnn's workers. When I was there, I also picked up some fabric as well because I'm sewing, I'm working on baby projects, I'm working on projects for myself, and it was so sad. Overrun these workers are, and everyone was pestering them. One girl had a panic attack. She couldn't get her lunch break. the ones at the register were completely frazzled, because another thing too is that the sales, they had just, when I went there, it was like 12 or 1, right? On the first day that they started the liquidation sales at this store. He hadn't even put up all the signs yet. They were just given the signs this morning. They're in the middle of doing that. They have customers asking, calling, when are you closing? When are you closing? They're trying to do the register. At the time that I went, there was only 3 employees. And you could just tell they were having probably one of the worst days. And 2, to know that you have to have a good attitude. You can't go off on people like I would if I were in their shoes. But I understand, because you still have a job to do. It's just a matter of, you don't know how much longer you have a job, but you still have to do it. The impending doom that you're facing, and then people are being kind of asshole. I felt so awful. So please be kind to your local JoAnn employees. They're doing the best that they can with what they have. And some of them even mentioned to other customers, I heard it in passing, that they found out at the same time that the customers found out they were closing, literally the day before. So it's not like they have this wealth of knowledge that they're just keeping a secret from all of us. Like, it's, they know as much as we know. Some people know a little bit more, and that's only because of the management that they might have, or maybe they have like a representative from Gordon Brothers coming in, or I've seen different things on Reddit even talking about that. We have the color Lime Glow. I really like this one. I got this one probably about a month ago. I just haven't used it yet. I wanted to make little frogs or something with it. We have the color Egg Yolk. I wouldn't say that's accurate, but it is what it is. I'd say like tangerine. This is an orange. This doesn't look like an egg yolk. The color Glowworm. I guess. Pomegranate. It's accurate. I think I got another one in this. Earl Grey, yep. And then Mint Chip. I like that one. A lot of these I got because they didn't have at my local JoAnn's. And the fact that, as I said, they were already running out of stuff. Definitely be sure to like check out your local store. I know some stores have already stopped the military teacher discounts. They've already stopped the gift cards, the rewards. Others are doing it through the end of the month. I heard some stores might even be doing it through the middle of next month. I don't know, but definitely check it out. I know some JoAnn's have reduced hours. They're like closing till 6 or 7 at night, every night now. So be sure to check that out. I know mine doesn't update on Google, so excuse me, if you don't just feel like making a trip there, you could always call. But again, if you're hoping that an employee answers, considering the fact that every JoAnn's I've been to in the last few months, they all still have now hiring signs, be patient. And if nobody answers the phone, you might just want to stop by. That's a mess. I'm not going to rip that out. Toffee, Big Twist Value. I really like that color for embroidery. Big Twist Value in the color Happy Rainbow. I'll show you what I did with it. It's pattern for a sleeping bear as a Christmas gift a few years ago. And if I can link the designer, I'll put them in it. But I used that color for the sweater. The pattern called for like stripes to do. This just ended up too big, so I wasn't going to do all that. I also used Big Twist, their equivalent of like Pound of Love, and I think the same color toffee. And then right here, we have a Red Heart Jumbo Speckle in the color Soft Navy. This I'm using, I got 4 skeins. I'm currently on my second one. I'm making a sweater. Maybe I'll do like a short set for summer. I don't know, because it's also acrylic yarn. I really don't know if I want to be sweating like that, but I want to do something cute. It would be like a one-off item, and then I don't know what to do with the other skein. And then this, I got the Granny Square in Black Espresso. I really like the color of this. I'm not going to use it as what it's intended for, which is Granny Squares. I'm just going to work it up as is and see how the colors play out. So I wanted to get a bunch of that. I had never seen this color in the JoAnn's that I went to that had everything on sale. So yeah, that's what I have so far. And I will take a quick second just to show you in the other room some of my plants. That's what I'm working on. And I'm so excited because the Sprout family crochet pattern is currently being tested. I have some familiar faces and some people that I've never tested with before, and I'm so excited. I hope you like the pattern if you're a crocheter, and if you're interested in getting the finished plushies, I do have them available on my Etsy shop currently, so let's go check them out. I'm gonna show you real quick a preview of my Sprouts family. So here we have Cotta. They're a 3-tiered succulent, and I added chalk pastels to the piece for shading. So they're the regular size. We have Baby Flora, the little mini one. There's only so much you can do with the succulent part. So that's what they have here. And Tara, the loaded succulent. They have all these baubles, flowers. The bigger ones, you can put as many as you want in the space, provided you can fit it all in there. But this is just how I spaced it out, just so there's a little room. It's not too crowded. Only that I had in the tester call. But since then, I created a few fun ones. So I used the Flex yarn, the one I showed you from Michaels, and I made a little Valentine's themed one. Here we have here. And then again, shading right there. Then decided to take the cactus. Oh, I'll show you this one first. This one I added a little green and pink shading. I really like how that one came out. And the bright green pops against this mauve color. And because I used Chenille Home Slim, they're a little bit smaller than the Bernat blanket, but not by much. And I took the pattern and I made flowers. So what you can do is just color change after the first round. This one is a 2-tiered succulent, and then I created a few little leaves. But I turned this little one into a sunflower. I turned this one into a little daisy. And then I also tried to do the mini version, and I created a little mini sunflower. So it's very versatile, I think, and you can change it into whatever flower you want, whatever type of cactus you want. Now, the smaller ones, again, you can only fit so much in there. But any of the pieces, if you want to take one of these pieces and put it in the mini one, you're more than welcome to do that. You could do the little flower and the baubles instead of a succulent. You could do the succulent. You could turn the succulent into a flower. The center of the flower, I will add, is embroidery, and so are the leaves. It was too small to try to build it into the piece, so I figured embroidery would be a little bit easier for people. But yeah, they're very quick. The little ones took me about 20 to 30 minutes, give or take, and that included sewing, all the embroidery, and the facial details. The bigger ones took about 45 minutes to an hour. Again, same deal. If I had more detail, more sewing that needed to be done, it took a little bit longer, but for the most part, they work up very quick. So I'm very excited to have these be a part of not only my farmers markets, but other spring events I'll be doing. If you're interested in having them be a part of your decor, or you want to bring them with you to your markets, the pattern will be available soon on my Etsy. If you enjoyed watching this video, I highly recommend you check out my other content. If you're interested in seeing more and following my crochet journey, I'd be honored if you subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.